Hello, thank you for joining us on this episode of Sports Bets for Free. My name is Scott Jenkins, your host, just a local sports bettor here in Phoenix, Arizona, and hopefully today with our bets and your bets. It's going to be another how about profitable day for you? College football week 7. We're coming to you a little early because we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday games. So a lot of stuff going on. If you're new to our show or been here for a while, you're aware Outlier does sponsor our show here on YouTube. 7-day free trial available in the comment section as well in our YouTube channel page. Also, private Discord available for all of you out there as well. Same 2 spots, comment section and YouTube channel page. Make sure you check that out. Join a couple 100+ members who love the same thing you do, sports wagering, and get all the bets early and get ahead of line moves, juice moves, and all that fun stuff. And that's going to come prevalent already on Wednesday's games. Let's get to it. Wednesday, we've got Missouri State, Middle Tennessee, so line 1.5 here, total 49.5. Missouri State, the much better team, but on the road here, 7:30 Eastern time frame. We are in this game in particular, so give us Missouri State money line, first quarter, first half, and 1.5 for the game. UTEP is the game we're talking about. They are hosting Liberty, the most underperforming team in college football so far this season. Liberty has been god-awful, and somehow they're still a favorite. This line was 2.5, now 1.5. We got UTEP a little earlier in the week. UTEP plus a half first quarter, plus 1.5 first half, and 2.5 for the game. It's a surprise we like 2 Wednesday games, but we are involved in those. Kennesaw State and Louisiana Tech kick us off on Thursday evening, 7 o'clock Eastern time. Louisiana Tech been good. Kennesaw State, when have they ever been good? I don't know. We like Louisiana Tech quite a bit here. One of our favorite plays before we get to Saturday, -0.5 first quarter, 3.5 first half, and 6 for the game. Next game up, Tulane, the Green Machine, hosting East Carolina. This is a tough one for Tulane here. They're a better team than Carolina, East Carolina. That's not the question mark. The line's set pretty solid. 6.5 is where it's been pretty much for the last 4 days. I'll be really honest, I like Tulane here. I don't know if they're going to win by 2 touchdowns, but I think they can win by 10 in this one. So we're taking Tulane in this one, -0.5 first quarter, -3.5 first half, and 6.5 for the game. Next game up on Thursday, 7:30 Eastern, 8 o'clock Eastern time, Jacksonville State at Sam Houston, 454.5 total. Jacksonville State finally getting a little respect here. The only reason is because they're playing Sam Houston State on the road. Sam Houston State got awful. I'm pretty sure we're all aware of that. Jacksonville State favored by a touchdown. It's time to jack up on this one. Jack State -0.5 first quarter, 3.5 first half, and 7.5 for the game. Next game up, Southern Miss, Georgia Southern. Nothing for us in this particular matchup at 8 o'clock Eastern time. Would not be surprised if Southern Miss goes on the road and gets a victory here. Then we hop to Friday, 7:30 Eastern time. South Florida, the public darling so far this season, against North Texas. If you've had an opportunity to watch a North Texas game, you've enjoyed them as much as I have. They are a lot of fun to watch, a lot of points. Offense is screaming. This is a lot of fun to watch. This line has went down, by the way. South Florida is still favored by 1.5 here. No side for us. We love that total at 67.5. And let's go over North Texas, South Florida, over 13.5 first quarter, 34.5 first half, 67.5 for the game. We like that play quite a bit. I think this game's played probably close to 80. I think we'll cover this early in the fourth quarter on that 67.5. Next game up. Friday night, Rutgers, Washington. The Big Ten's got to get their mix in. Washington favored by 10.5 at home. I will just say this, if Washington's watched a lot of Rutgers football, the key is run. No reason to pass. Washington should finish this game with less than 15 passes if they've been paying attention. Rutgers, they can't seem to stop halfway decent teams where they're at home, let alone on the road. No play for us in this one at 9 o'clock Eastern time on Friday, but would lean to Washington laying the points. Fresno State, Colorado State. Fresno State looked really good. Big play for us last week came through 9 o'clock Eastern time frame against Colorado State here. 6.5. I honestly think Fresno wins by somewhere between a field goal and a touchdown, 47.5. I think the line's spot on, so nothing for us in this particular one. But would lean Fresno State. Maybe they get a little bit more other than that. Now we're headed off to the Saturday blockbuster. There is a lot of great games on Saturday, unlike last week where I think we had the down week, so to speak. Let's get started. Ohio State, Illinois. Buckeyes on the road for the second time this season. They played well at Washington. Now they go face Illinois. Illinois, we told you was going to be horrendous in the first half against Purdue. They were. Hopefully you got the first quarter and first half plays. And then they end up covering the game because Purdue does what Purdue does, turn the ball over and suck, and can't stop anybody defensively. This game here, though, 49.5 total. No play for us. In this one, I honestly think Ohio State's got enough firepower here to win by 4 touchdowns. I think they only might win by 2 in that one. If you can get it to 13.5 at like Ohio State at 14.5, it might be Illinois there. We shall see. Illinois should be up big for this game. Obviously, they don't ever think they're going to beat a team like Ohio State, right? Right. All right, but Ohio State figures out a way to win. Just don't know about the cover in that one. Noon Eastern time frame. We are all up in this one. Alabama, Mizzou. Alabama, 3-point favorite. Currently 51.5 total. So Bama's been impressive as of late. I can't believe I'm actually siding with Ty Simpson. It makes me want to throw up. But their defense has been really good against the run. What does Missouri do? Well, run the ball. Normally where Alabama struggles is running quarterbacks and people that want to go deep. And Alabama's offense has been humming. This line's only 3. This thing should be closer to 7. There's value here at 3. Bama money line first quarter. Bama money line first half. And Bama minus 3.5 for the game. As we continue the noon Eastern time frame window, Pittsburgh, Florida State. Man, Pittsburgh was impressive last week. Now they're getting 10.5. What a difference a road and home game make, right? I think the line's a little hefty here, but no play for us in this one either. But we would lean to Pitt getting the 10.5. UCF, Cincinnati. UCF getting 10.5, 53.5 total here. I'm a little surprised at the 10.5 number. Cincinnati getting a lot of love after they beat Iowa State last week. Just a lot of love there. UCF plus the points for us. UCF plus 2.5 first quarter, 6.5 first half, 10.5 for the game. Next game up, UCLA, Michigan State. All right, UCLA looked, by the way, that game last week was hilarious against Penn State. Big game, James Franklin coming through one more time for all Nittany Lions fans so they can sit there and go, how did we just lose to Oregon at home and the whiteout? We lost to one of the worst teams in college football in UCLA. Oh, big game, James. How you always make us so happy here on the show. Anyway, let's get to the UCLA portion of this. Coming off that huge win, probably a great letdown spot, and the lines are showing that as well. Michigan State was a 6.5-point favorite on Monday. All of a sudden, this thing steamed up to 8.5. 6.5 for us is where we got it. We love some Sparty. Michigan State minus 0.5 first quarter, minus 3.5 first half, and 6.5 for the game. Big game, James, always coming through. Houston, Oklahoma State, also noon Eastern time frame. If you would like a snoozer, may I suggest you watch this one. Wow, if you're looking for some sleep at Saturday at noon Eastern time, just turn this game on. It should put you right to bed. Oklahoma State can't score. Houston struggles to score. Oklahoma State can't stop anybody. Houston does have a defense. Total in this one's at 46.5. This was 48.5 a couple days ago. Everybody kind of feeling what I'm feeling here. This is a complete under smash. Oklahoma State, Houston under 10.5 first quarter, 24.5 first half. And my bad on that one. 48.5 of the game. Get in this thing early. You want to be above that 47 number if you can. A lot of books already dropping to 46.5. So get in while it's in. Next game up, noon Eastern time frame, SMU and Stanford. So underwhelming team in Stanford and an underwhelming team in SMU, and SMU's favored by almost 20. No play for us in this one. That should be a stay away game mostly for everybody. I don't see a big advantage line. SMU probably wins by 3 touchdowns, but knowing the way they've been, they'll figure out a way to win by 2 touchdowns. Charlotte, Army, noon Eastern time frame. Army laying 17.5, 47.5 totals where the lines currently sit. This line's also moved as well. This is a reason to be on the Discord, folks. Another game in particular, because we had the Discord plays out multiple days ago. Army minus 2.5 first quarter, 8.5 first half, 16.5 for the game. They should absolutely just steamroll the Charlotte, whatever you want to call them, 49ers or whatever. It doesn't matter. They're god-awful. Army's offense should be able to put up 30-plus points here, and that should be more than enough to cover the points. Bowling Green and Toledo also in noon Eastern time frame. More MAC action for you, but this time on a Saturday. What do we think here? Don't think much. Do like Bowling Green to probably cover the points here. Toledo's been all right. Can't complain about that. Bowling Green was great for us early in the season. No play for us in this one. Had to lean somewhere. Probably would be Bowling Green plus the 10.5 at home. Louisiana, James Madison at noon Eastern time. JMU, one of our favorite teams to watch out there as well. Louisiana, James Madison laying 17.5. They have been getting some big numbers. I think the book's tired of getting beat on them. They got beat up with them all last year, and all of a sudden now you can't catch them at a decent line anywhere. 17.5 is probably pretty close to the number. I think James Madison might win by 21, but no play for us in that one. Next game up, Miami of Ohio and Akron. This is another one we've been on for multiple days, and all of a sudden this line has shot up. Miami of Ohio on the road at Akron. Can Akron even score in this game is probably the bigger question. They are getting 11.5. This line was at 9.5 a couple days ago. We were all over Miami of Ohio then. Akron has an offense problem, and it's called scoring any points. Miami of Ohio minus 2.5 first quarter, 5.5 first half, 9.5 for the game. Next game up, Washington State and Ole Miss. Kind of a unique starting time, 12:45 Eastern time. Ole Miss at home. The Washington State, part of the Power 2 conference. That's right. I said Power 2 because they're both teams are hideous. No wonder both teams couldn't get invited into a bigger league. Now they had to invite a bunch of below mid-major teams to join their conference, and they'll still get less money than everybody else out there thanks to their wonderful commissioner on the TV deals. Anyway, enough said about that, right? So, Ole Miss in this thing wins by maybe 6 touchdowns. They're going to absolutely just truck them. We are all over Ole Miss in this one as well. Minus 6.5 first quarter, 16.5 first half, 32.5 for the game. Let's see. Next game up. Almost got ahead of myself there. Northern Illinois, Eastern Michigan. I know Eastern Michigan was disappointment last week or two ago for us. They're getting 1.5 at home against Northern Illinois. Is anybody scared of Northern Illinois' offense or defense? We're not either. Therefore, we're on Eastern Michigan again, plus a half first quarter, half first half, 1.5 for the game. Next game up, UMass, Kent State. Does anybody really care? 2:30 Eastern time frame. Nobody cares. Stay away. Indiana, Oregon starts off the 3:30 Eastern slate. Oh, boy. We get to see if Indiana's any good. My theory is no. They will beat up on some bad teams. They struggled to score against Iowa. If they struggle to score against Iowa, you're in a world of hurt coming here to Oregon. One of our top 5 plays of the Saturday. There's a lot of Saturday action. Oregon minus a half. First quarter, 3.5 first half, 7.5 for the game. Expect Oregon to win this one by 3 touchdowns or more. Next game up, Oklahoma, Texas Red Rivers shootout, 3:30 Eastern time frame. So no John Mateer, and Arch Manning has absolutely been a train wreck all season long. Does he get right against that Oklahoma defense? I don't know. That's a hell of a defense on that side. The one thing we do like is at 42.5. We do like under. Both defenses really good here. OU, Texas under 9.5 first quarter, 22.5 first half, 42.5 for the game. Next game up, my beloved Iowa State Cyclones traveled to see the Deion Sanders list. Supposedly, I don't think he's going to be for the game at Colorado. They're laying 3. Iowa State laid a turd last week against Cincinnati early. They could not ever dig themselves out of that hole. Kept the game within, got back to 8. got it back to one score, but that's where it stopped. This game here, though, against Colorado, they're not going to see that type of defense or offense. Go Cyclones. Money line first quarter, money line first half, and 3 for the game. Next game up, NC State, Notre Dame. NC State coming off a big win. Notre Dame comes off another big win. Notre Dame's offense looks legit. Defense, we'll see. Only 2-loss team that's, doing ranked. They should probably win the rest of their schedule, Notre Dame. Do not be shocked if they're in the college football playoff. But we like some Dame here. We ain't gonna lie. Fighting Irish we go, except we're going to take it with the over on this one. Total is currently at 60.5. Like every bit of this we can get. So Notre Dame, NC State over 13.5 first quarter, 31.5 first half, 60.5 for the game. Next game up, Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech. The line kind of prevents me from playing in this game. Georgia Tech favored by 14.5. It's probably worked an alternate play, smaller play at 13.5 if you want to get in on it. Georgia Tech can run. If they could be a little bit more effective in the passing game, they could really start blowing some teams out. VTech's been god-awful even at home. I don't know. Like we've been on them multiple times. They'll seem to do fine first quarter, first half. But in the second half, I don't know what goes on in the locker room for VTech, but it is god-awful. No play for us, but we would lean Georgia Tech in that one. Next game up, 3:30 Eastern time, Penn State, Northwestern. Okay, so we're not involved in this game. I want to state this up front, right? But wouldn't it be the funniest thing on earth if Northwestern won? Oh, they would be terrorizing people in the streets in Happy Valley. Oh, my goodness. Could you just absolutely imagine if that happened? 21.5-point favorite at home. Penn State probably figures out a way to cover. Nothing for us in that one there. 3:30 Eastern time as well. Nebraska, Maryland. Who's not having fun, right? This is just good old-fashioned fun, Nebraska, Maryland. We really want to play Maryland here. Did not play them. Still thinking about playing them. They're getting 6.5 at home. At home with them getting points has been profitable so far this season. We're going to lay off for the moment, but we'll lean Maryland plus them 6.5. Air Force, UNLV. Okay, so UNLV was a monster for us to get last week. They're laying 6.5 at home against Air Force. Air Force, as we told you in a Service Academy game, kept the thing close with Navy. We expected that. Now, what do we expect this week? UNLV to crush them? Our biggest play, or one of our biggest plays on the board, I guess not absolute biggest. Here's the only concern in this game. UNLV's defense is always a concern, but man, should they be able to put up a boatload of points here. UNLV, are you kidding me? This thing's only 6.5 minus a half first quarter, 3.5 first half, 6.5 for the game. Next game up. Where are we at now? Let's see. We are still at the 3:30 Eastern time frame window. TCU, Kansas State. So Kansas State finally getting a win last week, right? Or TCU covers the number for us again. They're only having laying 1.5. They're a much better team than what Kansas State's shown us all season long. This one's a no-brainer for us. TCU. By the way, this line was plus 1.5 earlier in the week. Plus a half first quarter, a half first half, 1.5 for the game. Next game up. Old Dominion. Man, they've been fun to watch so far. At Marshall, laying 14.5. I think the line's a shade high here, but a lot of action's getting placed on Old Dominion, as it should. They've been solid. They've been winning games. They haven't been covering like monster spreads, though. So they haven't been covering those 21-point spreads. Maybe 14.5 is better for them. Well, no play for us, but we would lean Old Dominion. Wake Forest and Oregon State, 3:30 Eastern time. This game might have set college football back about 10 years or so. I know there has to be some dud matchups throughout the weekend, but wow, stay away game here. Like, there's no reason to get involved in Wake Forest, Oregon State, but if you want to, lean Oregon State plus the points. Ball State, Western Michigan. Ball State on the road, Western Michigan and Kalamazoo laying 9.5 here. That seems like a lot. But after Ball State's upset win over Ohio last week, the Ball State on the road is definitely different than Ball State at home. We'd lean Kalamazoo, Western Michigan here, but no play for us. 3:30 Eastern time as well. Georgia State, Appalachian State. So Appalachian State's been one of those teams that seem to cover really late, not necessarily the formula we love here. So therefore, no play for us, but wouldn't lean App State for the game. Navy and Temple. This game at 4 o'clock Eastern time frame. Navy was in a tough one last week with the Air Force. They should be able to handle Temple pretty well. Those Service Academy games just seem to mean more. So Air Force gave them their best shot, probably times 10. Like Navy laying the points here. Not a play for us in this one either, personally, but lay Navy. Next game up, 4:15 Eastern time frame. We love this sucker. We are all in. Tennessee, Arkansas at Tennessee at home where they can put up points in bunches. Did not cover last week on the road. It's okay. It was a tough SEC game. They own Arkansas normally. I expect this thing to be a rout. I expect Tennessee to win by 4 touchdowns. I was shocked that the line was at 12.5, and I can't believe it's not really moved. Tennessee minus 2.5 first quarter. 6.5 first half, 12.5 for the game. Next game up. UAB. FAU at home. UAB has been struggle bus as of late. 6 o'clock Eastern time frame. FAU at home. Yeah, going home team here, and it's not a lot of points either. 4.5 is where we captured this thing at, and they're currently at 5.5, so line moving that direction. Give us FAU is what we played here. Minus a half first quarter, 2.5 first half, 4.5 for the game. Next game up, Florida and Texas A&M. So Florida coming off that monster win last week. Now they have to go on the road and face the 12th man or Kyle Field and Texas A&M and the Aggies. Man, I wish the Aggies had an offense so I could just get behind them every week. Just don't trust their offense. 7 o'clock Eastern time here. A&M 7.5, 46.5 total. We think A&M's going to win this game. The question is, can they score enough? They should be able to. No play for us, but do like it at minus 7.5. Iowa, Wisconsin, 7 o'clock Eastern time frame. If you like offensive football, please do not watch this game. It will not be a direct reflection of the rest of the conference, or I should say rest of college football. This game should set college football offenses back quite a bit. It is going to be ugly. That's why you're seeing a total here of 35.5, 36 has been floating around. This thing is ugly. Wisconsin figures out how to win at home. Maybe 14, 13, something to that effect. San Jose State, Wyoming. 7 o'clock Eastern time frame as well. Wyoming at home, getting points, yada, yada, yada. They got points last week at home, got smashed by UNLV. San Jose State looked good. Surprisingly, again, laying 1.5. You almost got to go San Jose State here. I'll be really honest, though. I don't know if we're going to see a boatload of scoring, so that 49.5 total might go under as well. ULM and Coastal Carolina. A little nervous here about ULM. They've been, okay, nothing fantastic. Coastal Carolina's been god-awful, but they are at home. They play a little bit more difficult there. They're getting 2.5. Not monster play for us, but we do like Coastal here, plus a half first quarter, plus a half first half, plus 2.5 for the game. We just think the home crowd keeps them in it. Next game up, Georgia, Auburn. Who doesn't want to have fun in this game, right? Well, which Georgia team are we going to see? The one at home that lost to Alabama? The one at home that smoked Kentucky? The one on the road that beat Tennessee? Can somebody please explain to me which one of these teams is going to show up here? We don't know either. Therefore, that's why we're not playing it. Would lean Georgia here. I just think they're better than Auburn. I don't trust Jackson Arnold as much as I can throw him. So at 7:30 Eastern. Michigan, USC, 7:30 Eastern time as well. So Michigan's on the road again. Michigan has an issue on the offensive side of the ball. They are trying to baby Bryce Underwood. When you have a prize bull like that, You let him go. If he makes mistakes, he makes mistakes. USC's pretty balanced offensively. Defense has been the question. They're laying USC laying 2.5. No play for us, but we'd probably have to think USC can win this thing by a field goal because they just won't let Bryce Underwood go. Let the man play some football. He is a man-child, it seems like, up there. It is crazy how big and strong and big arm this dude is, and they're going to do what? We're going to run the ball 64 times and let him throw it 9. Let the guy – if you want to run the ball, let him quarterback run. Something. I mean, let that kid play. So – but they have not so far, especially in that road game against Oklahoma. You know, we're going to play good defense, and we're going to keep the game close, but we're not going to really try to win. This is what it seems like. Shamar Moore, not my favorite coach on earth either. But, you know, they live, they learn, they move on, yada, yada, and yada. Next game up. Thank you, DraftKings, for crashing out in the middle of the show like you always do. I just love you so much. All right, Kansas, Texas Tech. Of course, Tech has been fantastic for us all season. This line's up to 14.5. Total, 59.5. That's been pretty steady. We think Tech has a good chance to cover here. That's not the issue. We really like the over, though, and that's the way we're attacked this game. Texas Tech, Kansas, over 13.5 first quarter. 29.5 first half, 59.5 for the game. That Georgia game, by the way, we did add that one late, and that USC game. I don't know how we missed those two. So Georgia money line first quarter, 2.5 first half, 3.5 for the game. USC -0.5 first quarter, half first half, and 2.5 for the game. My apologies for missing those on my own stupid sheet. Clemson and Boston College, 7:30 Eastern time frame. Well, after the thumping Boston College took last week, I don't know how to play them anymore. And Clemson, there's no way I'm playing them as a 2-touchdown favorite against anybody. So no play for us. Would lean to Boston College at home plus the points. Purdue, Minnesota, 7:30 Eastern time frame. How did this game get a 7:30 Eastern time frame slot? This should have been a noon Eastern. Nobody cares to watch. Minnesota laying 8.5 at home. Okay, if you want to play them, fine. No play for us in that one there. Next game up, Rice, UTSA. 7:30 Eastern time frame. So we got a little Texas thing going on in this game here. Texas, San Antonio's been decent. Rice can run the ball. That's about the best you can say about them. No play for us in this one. Would lean to the UTSA side. Next game up, South Carolina, LSU. So Beamer's got Sellers locked up, kind of like Bryce Underwood seems to be locked up in Michigan. Don't really like the 8.5 here unless I'm getting plus 8.5 with South Carolina. The one thing we do like in this game quite a bit, and that is the total. We are going under 44.5 here. Under 10.5 first quarter, 23.5 first half, 44.5 for the game. And next game up, BYU, Arizona. So Arizona allows touchdowns at will. BYU can score. BYU on the road. I think they've got the mental fortitude to figure this one out here. They're only laying 1.5. Kind of shocked by that. To be really honest, BYU moneyline first quarter, moneyline first half, and 1.5 for the game. Really, really, really like that one. Boise, let's see. Let's get to the next game, shall we? As we're almost to the end of the board here, and you can stop listening to me for the day. Troy, Texas State, 8 o'clock Eastern time frame. No play for us in this one either. Texas State would be the lean we go here. Laying the 9.5. I think they got more than enough for Troy. New Mexico and Boise State. 9:45 Eastern time. We are on the Smurf turf in Boise. If you've never seen the Smurf turf, make sure you turn the TV on to watch this one. Boise should not disappoint here either. They're going to cover this number going away. Boise -2.5 first quarter, 8.5 first half, 16.5 for the game. Next game up, Arizona State. Going to Utah, a place they never win. Defense has been good for Arizona State, a lot better than anticipated. Offense has been underwhelming. Levitt's been fine. They can't figure out a way to put the ball in the end zone. Utah laying 6 here. Utah always seems to have their number when they're playing, when the Utes are at home here. And that's the way we're headed here. And this line's went up from 5.5. So Utah minus a half first quarter, 2.5 first half, 5.5 for the game. Like I said, it is at 6 at some books. So if you like some Utah, make sure you get in before Saturday because you're probably going to be paying 7. San Diego State, Nevada, 10:30 Eastern time frame. SDSU has played well. Really impressed with what's going on so far. This line's already moved a point as well, and it's one of those late nobody thinks about games. San Jose State was 6.5, now to 7.5 at most books, but we got it at 6.5. Like this one quite a bit. SDSU minus a half first quarter, 3.5 first half, and 6.5 for the game. And final game of the night. Why not midnight Eastern time frame? Hawaii at home against Utah State. Normally we're not in this game because it's a little crazy. This line's already moved as well. Utah State was a dog. Now all of a sudden a 1.5 point favorite. It has been crazy on some of these line moves already, and we're only on Wednesday. This is Utah State for us. They are the much better offense. I think the defenses are pretty somewhat equal. Utah State money line first quarter, money line first half, and money line for the game. That is a rundown. College football week 7, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. If you didn't have enough games to watch, you've got even more. It's fun stuff as we get into the middle of October. All of a sudden, there's football every damn day of the week, including college football. So if you like the content you're seeing here, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. It's we do a lot more in-depth here on YouTube than we do on the other shows, so make sure you check that out there. Also, all of our shows on YouTube brought to you by the world's #1 sports betting app, Outlier. 7-day free trial you can find in the comments section as well on the YouTube channel page. You get great bet ideas. You're going to find out where the money's coming in on the books if you like to look at that. Also, trends that are going on in all the sports. Trends for the bettors, not just trends that are happening for no apparent reason whatsoever. Plus, you can odd shop multiple books from one spot and make those bets as well from one spot. Outlier, 7-day free trial. Check it out. Like I said, they think you like it so much, they give you a week, no charge. Then also private Discord channel available for all of you out there. If you want to get all of our bets early, if you want a couple other cappers that are in there as well, if you want to talk with a couple 100+ people that love sports wagering, you can do that all on our Discord channel. You can find that in the comments section as well on the YouTube channel page. We appreciate everybody's support as always, and we look forward to seeing you on our next episode.